Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to today's update on gold. I did promise a few of my members on the social group that I will drop a quick update on gold. But in an attempt for you to really understand what gold is doing, I want to quickly do a quick recap right from the monthly time frame. So from this flat more or less horizontal price line. We can divide this into a wave one. This is monthly chart on gold. So a wave one, a wave two, low here, a wave three, a wave four, and we believe that we are doing this wave five. And in an attempt to understand, broccoli, like I said, broccoli, because if this is wave three and this is wave four, then inside of the last wave, which is five, we are going to do a wave one and wave two, a wave three, a wave four, and a wave five inside of that last five waves. And inside this last wave also, we are going to run a wave one, a wave two, but I believe we are doing a wave three, to do a wave four, and to finish up with wave five. So this is monthly time frame, please. And you have to know. And if I bring out my drawing, let me quickly bring out my drawing to assist us. Bringing out a drawing so you can see as labeled a wave one, a wave two, a wave three, a wave five. So the last place will be where you see a wave, a wave three, a wave four. And you can see that wave four, it's not in the territory of wave one. So it didn't encroach. So we can see wave one and wave two. So I think enough of that. And wave five, we expect wave five around this area of price at 2463. 2463. Now, if price is going to push beyond that, it's another thing entirely. If price is going to push beyond that, it's another thing entirely. So on the larger cycle, I believe that we are running, we are done with four on the larger cycle. We are running the last five on the larger cycle. So now going inside of the daily time frame to digest or dissect the last wave. Now, if I may zoom out now, the last wave. I want to help us see something, okay? This is 4 on the larger cycle, and this is where 3 is on the larger cycle. So apparently it's not going to go. So except I push. Okay. So wave 3 is here, and this is wave 4 on the larger cycle. So the last cycle, this is wave 1 and wave 2. We're trying to go up. I believe that that in itself will need me to draw something. This wave 1, wave 2. I need to draw something here. Let me pick something because we might need it. Let's draw this horizontal line where we have this wave 2. Okay. Let me use a special color for it. Let me use this for it. So that is where wave 2 is. So wave 2, then we have wave 3, we have wave 4 here. Then we believe that we are doing this last 5. This last 5, which is going into 5 waves now from here. So we have been on the present wave since July 2022. So the last wave we've been on it since July 2022, and also that also will be divided into five waves. We believe that this is 4 here of this wave, 2, 3, 4, and we're inside of this last wave now. So let me try to zoom in on the daily. So inside of this last wave, right from this 4, we believe that we've done a 1, and this is a 2 here. We believe that we've done a 1, and that this is a 2, and that this is a 3. So we need to see that a 1, probably I will need to, let me use blue for that. So that will be the last one, really. That will be the last one, really. A 1, and this will be a 2 here. This will be a 2 here. So I believe that this 3 green I believe that this is like wave 3. I believe that this is where wave 3 in the blue ends, and okay, I've been using this. Well, this is the limit, I believe, of wave 4 in the blue. Wave 4 in the blue. Which I believe has ended here. So we're going to see. We're going to see that. We're going to see that. So we're going to see that this is blue, and we thought that everything should end here. So around 2463. So if it's going to end there or not, we will see. Price may overshoot it or not. Again, we might be having some reactions around here, which is going to probably send the price to a level that is not expected. So indeed, if this is, let me try and pull this across. That's it, the lower limit for now. Let me pull this across. So if that is the lower limit in blue of 4, if that is the lower limit in blue of 4, then where is our 2? Okay, this is where our 2 is. Let's change that to blue. That's our 2. So if that's our 2, where we expect our 4 at least to end. So our 4 supposed to have ended or could have ended around this area. Our 4 will still end up in this area. Our 4 could still end up, but now we've seen reaction around 23.6%. So we should note that price may still pull down. So let's go inside of a 4 hour. Now, we said that price may still come here. But for now, it seems the reaction has stalled here. Now, are we going to have this an ABC as a WXY to come down? It's another thing entirely. We need to see what is going to happen. We need to see what's going to happen. So you must know that it's a possibility. And as we are going up, the area that will invalidate the possible WXY to the downside is here. Once you violate this level of the price, once you violate 76 level of the price, once we violate 76, 78, once this area is violated, then we know that price, or let me turn into blue so that we know that is different from So I'm marking all those areas for us to see because we are very close to where we expect a reaction around this area. Price may break above it or not, but we still need to know the possibility of this one turning to be an AWXY. Once we violate this area, then that will not be on the table again. So price may still go, and once we break straight to the downside, know that we are coming around this area. But for now, this is what we have. Let's turn to 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, we want to believe that that turnaround at FIB retracement of 23.6 may have marked the end, and we might not be seeing a WXY. So we are seeing these going into a 1 or 2, and we are yet to score a 3. A 3 at least should pull up to a 161.8 to the above. But then we thought that last week I was telling us that 161.8 should fall around this area, that we should be very careful if you want to do anything. Now, when you see a reaction this way, that this one is not a 4 or 3 should have been here to touch this area as 161.8 to have a bigger 4. We didn't have that. What did we notice? We saw the price. I need to let you see that price got to this point, have a big correction, and you have to dissect this thing wave by wave when you are doing your FIB retracement or extension. You take it wave by wave. You can't be calculating your extension right from the base here. No, you don't do that except if something had changed or you see the structure had changed from above. So this is the first wave, this is the second wave, this is the third wave that didn't click 161.8, and so the retracement of this wave in itself, it's about 61.8. So let's look at it. So it's exactly at 161.8, which means that this is a 1 and this is a 2. So what that is trying to tell us that we might be seeing a formation of a nest, a nest building up a 1, 2, a 1, 2, a 1, 2 until the extend wave, that's the way a nest, builds up. So we need to see, it could end up being a 3, 1, a 3, 2, and anything, but we are seeing the formation of a nest because this is a second wave, and this is not a fourth wave to this movement from here to the upside. And that's one thing I want us to understand. So the way it is now, we should expect at least an extension of an 100 to the upside right from here. If you take this, a 1 and a 2 now, this is a 2. On top of this, at least before price will do any other thing, we should see an extension of at least 100 to the upside. And which means, what do I mean by that? 100. Let me change this to which color should I give it? Let me still leave it at purple. So which means that we are talking about an extension from here, from this new wave now. A 1 to a 2 to where we had a turnaround. So, and when you look at that, an 100 will fall around this area. An 100 will fall around this area. An 100 will fall around that area. And a 161.8 will fall around this area. So we still have a good ground to cover based on what it's unfolding. So we need to take it one after the other. And when we see a wave 4, we should be able to identify a wave 4. For now, it's creating a scenario of what we call a nest. Now, another question is that can these go down from here? It's not impossible, which means they might make this more of a complex correction, but at the moment it's not looking like that, because this it's complete itself as a wave of correction, a complete wave of correction. So if we zoom in on this time frame, you can see a 1 and a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a break of structure of 4 here tells us we are done with this wave, except we want to correct this into an ABC to turn towards the downside. And if that happens, that means we are seeing that we may be challenging this support here. But we still have to see the way this one is building up. For now, we have what is like an A, B, and a 161.8 here. Once is breached, then it's gone out of 161.8, sorry, out of an ABC correction to the upside and becoming like a 161.8 or a motive wave. But for now, we still have to endure and see what is happening as they are trying to correct here with the news and all of that. So the news are broken out of here, and that itself is significant because it has broken out of here. So the structure of 4 is broken here. So we need to see how far this one is going to go. If you're going to have an ABC to the downside, then we're going to look at what limit from here. The limit also is around this area. A 61.6. So once we violate this area to the upside, it's likely that we are going to break the top again. Anyhow, the destination is still to break the top. This is quite impulsive. The movement here is quite impulsive, and we are seeing this so far as the correction of the entire run to the upside. So will this give us a second leg to the downside? If that happens, it's like a soup or a meat for you. So which means if that happens and we break to the downside, just look for an equal harm to the downside for you to buy again. But for now, we are still calling a buy from this level. And I think that's all I can say for now. I think without making this unnecessarily too long, we still have quite a big move to the upside. Quite a big one to the upside. Right from our entry, from this around this area, our entry lies there. So we still have about 1,000 pips to the upside. So we still have about 1,000, at least 1,000 pips to the upside. We have that. So we're still going to break this point. But for now, let's see if this is going to go into double correction or not. So I think with that, I've come to the end of gold. And before I close, let me give you a double. Let me give you a double. So let's look at what DXY is doing. Let's give us a bonus now. A bonus in DXY. The DXY, we know we've been trying to come down, but it's been corrective. So what we should expect from DXY from here, this has been rather corrective, and there's not been a big move. So the price, we need to break this weekly support before we confirm that we are going down again. So the price may still go up, cap the top or break it, but if that happens, still the direction of the trade is to the downside. So you should be looking for your sell on DXY right from this point, or at the break of the top again, we are coming down. So if that happens, we might be seeing a big move to the upside and then another return almost immediately to the downside. So the direction of the trade is still to the downside. Dollar is going to lose it. So in case, I'm just telling us, in case we see that. And if you go to the euro dollar, you go to the euro dollar, it's still the same. You go to the euro dollar, so it's been quite corrective. This might still go up, and go down again. We need to break this weekly resistance here, but this might still come down and take the low again. So it might still come down and take the low, but once we break this weekly resistance, then we are gradually approaching it. It could be funny, see the way this correction went up, all of a sudden they just big cut to the upside. So it might just be like that. It might be anything. So, but once we have a reaction to the downside from here and we begin to go down, we're going to take the bottom again and immediately go back up. So that is what you should expect. In that case, if that happens, then you might be seeing this formation that what you are going to see, you're going to see an extended or a flat in the middle, or a running flat or anything in the middle, where this one becomes your A, this one becomes your B, this one becomes your C, and you have a flash of the last leg, which means that in the middle, you have a flat correction, which is A, B, C, and this one will come an A. The B is a flat correction in the middle. I don't know if you get my point. Let me try and help you with that. Let me see if I can help you with that. Good. So what I'm trying to say now is that so what we are saying is that in this case, if you are still going to break down again without taking this bottom, we are not going to take this bottom. There's nothing that would make us break this bottom for now. I'm trying to show you because we might have that also on the DXY. I'm not calling this, but we need this week to know what we're going to get here. So if this happens, so we're going to see this one as an A, where this one probably We run to the upside like this. May even cap it, or may just stall around this area. You may walk up around this zone. So you may walk up around that zone. So we have this as our flat in the middle. We may have this flat in the middle. We may have this flat in the middle. So this becomes our A, and later this may become, I'm not saying that this is what is going to happen. So it may just happen. And this one becomes our B. And then the price is going to reverse. So it's either we go up from here, or we have this scenario. So, but this scenario is still precocious. It is not what we are looking at now. It's still precocious, where we see these as an A, A, see that as an A B. When you are doing Forex, you have to look at the alternative. You have to look at the alternative. This one becomes a B, a triad becomes a B, and this becomes a C. So this is going to probably become equal leg, this being equal to this one. So now, what would nullify this is this. So you have to pay attention, please, to what I'm about showing you. Because you don't just think, oh, that is what is going to happen. It forms perfectly and it looks reasonable, then that is what, no, that is not like that. So you have to first look at what kind of extension to the downside is this move from A to B. So we have, maybe about 127 or thereabouts. So if it's 127, that can still take a running flat, not an extension. You can run it can take a running flat. It can take a running flat. So if it's going to take a running flat, then that means that we are seeing the price, if it's going to be a running flat, sorry, so we might be seeing reaction at 76, 70, 61, 76. What am I doing? So this retracement might just be around this area. So we should be expecting reactions between this zone here, which is 76, 61.8, or here, which is 76. In case that would happen. But the point you shouldn't expect that is once you break this point, it is off the table. At 88, don't expect it. So with that said, you should know how to mark that once price cross that, price is not going to do a return of C. So which means everything is completed here. But for now, we know price may still react around this area. price may react around that area. So you need to watch for reaction first. At 61.8, a reaction at here. So once it gets to like 76, it probably would have kissed it or break it above. So you might get here, see a reaction to the downside. So once you begin to break down, that means it's coming down to this side. So you must know that. I think with that, I've come to the end, and happy trading week.